Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, and I'm the owner of Electroformed. Today's video is going to be all about inspiration and how I find my inspiration for all the different things that I create. Right now, with it being the beginning of the year still, it's getting into February, I am planning all my different jewelry collections out. I want to start working on jewelry. It's been a few months since I've had a chance to work on jewelry because the laser part of the business had gotten so busy. I want to really get back into making jewelry, and I have a lot of new crystals that I want to start working with. So for now, the last few days, I have just been seeking inspiration in different things. A lot of my ideas come from books, honestly, and from nature. A lot of the books that I read definitely heavily influence my artwork and what I create. And then just being outdoors sometimes can spawn entire jewelry collections when I see something that really inspires me, and sometimes I just take photos of different things outside. Recently went on a little hike to see a waterfall, and I did actually get a really cool idea for a jewelry collection that I have not done yet. This video is just going to be me planning and kind of just seeking inspiration. everything I'm going to be creating, but here's just a few ideas that I've come up with recently. These are at least collection names or potential names for now. Nothing is set in stone. This is kind of me just planning out some ideas, finding inspiration, and trying to see what I come up with. So first was the Hades and Persephone. This one I actually had the most defined ideas for it. So kind of playing around with some different like rose quartz and darks like smokier quartz, depending on who I'm sculpting the pendant for. Next one is Overgrown. Kind of had a few different ideas, but it's a lot to do with like a vines and almost like a mossy overgrowing on like a drop down, like a dropped like quartz pendant. Something a little bit like rougher, more natural looking crystals. Maybe a mushroom that is just slowly enveloping the crystal. Had a cool idea for a hair brooch. I've been trying to make hairpins. I have made 2 or 3 of them now. I haven't actually sold any of them because I've been testing them out, but I like the idea of trying to make a hairpin, so I was thinking of one with like branches and ivy, something of that sort. And then this one I really like the idea for, which was taking one of the antler pieces I have, making a crystal on it, and then doing this kind of like vining wrapping pattern, but then texturing it like bark. Darkest part of the forest is more for me to just kind of make some fun, darker pieces. I do like to play around with like snakes, trying to make like some ferns and spikes and branches. I did make a lichen cup ring, so I want to take that design and alter it. Land of the Fae. So this one is kind of inspired by Akatar and the Cruel Prince. I wanted to kind of make some jewelry with a bit of more of a whimsical feel to it. So you have like the potion bottle with like covered in leaves and stuff. I'm gonna do another lichen cup, but I want to try to make it a wider band with more cups, a little more crazy. The hairpin is the one that I really had a cool idea for, just kind of make it kind of inspired with like vines and thorns, kind of a little bit reminiscent of like Akatar, and then a sword going right through it, which I think would look really cool. Maybe some of like the branching charms that I have on the bottom. Starlight. This was kind of a random one, but I had a couple ideas with some things that kind of like moon inspired pieces, but maybe a little bit more almost futuristic looking. One of the recent sci-fi novels I read was To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I think this is kind of where some of the inspiration is coming from, with like the black kyanites and the symmetry and the spikes. If you have read To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, then you will understand why there's a lot of spikes. These are all rough sketches, and not all of this may become jewelry, or they're going to get a lot more refined actually when I start going through all the ideas and going and starting to make each collection. But for now, I wanted to get some ideas down while I had them and start from there. But the one I am most excited about is the Hades Persephone, which I think is going to be the first one that I work on. So this is probably what you will see a making of video soon, as I really sit down, like draw them out a little bit better, get some more ideas, and start working on them. And I think each collection this year will be between 10 to 15 pieces. I don't think I'm going to do much more than that. Some of them may be a little bit smaller, but I want to focus on an even better quality and exploring like creatively what I can do rather than just producing as many pieces of jewelry as I can. So the collections are going to be a little bit smaller this year, but I want to focus on more artistic and creative jewelry and something a little bit different.